This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting live 100 feet from the Gulf of America. Here are your award-winning social media superstars, the hosts of Beach Talk Radio, Kim and Ed Ryan.
And thank you very much for our late afternoon show. It's not actually morning anymore, but we're broadcasting live from the Fort Myers Brewery in Gateway. Jen is co-owner here. Jen, how many years have you guys been here now?
We just started our 13th year.
13th year, and we're here because, go ahead.
Well, I just a little bit, tell how you got started, because this wasn't your,
Right.
like
Great
what
story.
you've been doing. Yeah.
No, my husband, who will join us at some point, he's
He
MIA.
wants to be fashionably late.
He was a home brewer, and he volunteered at a brewery in California for many years. And when we moved to Fort Myers and there wasn't a brewery around, we looked into it and decided to start our own. We lived in Gateway, and we rented one of these units. We now own 12 of them.
Wow. I didn't know it was 12.
Yeah, we started with 1,500 square feet, 4 picnic tables, and now we've got 15,000 square feet and a lot of picnic tables.
Did you say 13 years?
We just entered our 13th. We celebrated our 12-year anniversary.
Doesn't seem that
I know.
long either.
And you had a gigantic celebration, the 12th birthday party.
Yeah.
4 days it takes you to celebrate.
4 days.
What was that about?
We do a handful of big celebrations every year. Our anniversary party, which is usually at the end of February. Then we do a summer beer fest, which we're actually going to start. We're changing that up, and it's going to be Grouper Fest going forward. We have a new IPA that has hit the market.
The Mosaic Group. Oh, the Mosaic Grouper. I've had it. It's really good. It's got some kind of, is it mango?
It's all of the flavor comes, all of the citrusy flavor comes from the hops.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no fruit added.
There's no fruit added, but you can still get some good vitamins out of it.
For sure.
That's what we're going to go with.
For sure.
Vitamin B for beer.
We were just telling everybody about the
Rob.
Sorry. We were just telling everybody how the whole thing got started. It wasn't really in the plans, and you were practicing in California or something, or in your garage, and then now look at you.
Originally, I started homebrewing in the early 90s, 1990, 1991. Me and my buddies were not 21, but we figured out you could go to the homebrew shop, buy all the stuff to make beer.
Wow.
So we made really terrible, really strong beer. And then in just 2005-ish, Jen had taken a job out of town, and I needed a hobby, so I started homebrewing again. I met up with a guy at the homebrew shop who had just opened a brewery in San Diego, and I spent the next 5 years volunteering in his place. And then Jen and I moved. There was no breweries here.
So
here
you
we
got
are.
this.
But when you first think about, let's go try and find a location, this is like, this is not location. This is in the corner.
This is the perfect location.
I know it turned out to be, but when you were first looking at it, you got to be thinking, wow, nobody's ever going to know this is back here.
This was the first location. This was the first location that we looked at, and then we looked all over town for many months. And Rob kept coming back to this, and he was like, "Nope, I want to be right there." And it worked.
It got us. We weren't on the street, so when we have these, I shouldn't say this out loud. When we have these parties and there's a lot of people here, like you want to be away from the everything else. So
you don't want to be
off the beaten path in the back of a warehouse, where we can block off the streets.
People are going to go. They're going to find where you are, and I think in an industrial area, it just gives more ambiance and availability for people to come and spread out. And
we became the hidden gem. You had to know about us to find us. it's much easier to change the zoning of an industrial complex to allow for the drinking on site than it is to change a shopping center to allow for manufacturing. Our main business is manufacturing, and a lot of people don't think of that. But that is the main part of our business is manufacturing.
How many units are making beer in the back? How many out of the 12 you own?
10.
10 are making beer. Where do you ship the beer? How far and wide do you ship beer?
Just local.
Okay.
Pretty much the Skyway Bridge south. Skyway Bridge down to Naples.
Then
Marco
that's
Island.
the Skyway Bridge is in
In
Tampa.
Tampa.
So just so you know, dear, where the
Yeah,
Tampa Bridge is.
so I know.
And do you sell a lot? I mean, do you sell a lot of beer like outside
I
of?
know they sell a lot on Fort Myers Beach. I don't know.
Yeah, we are. Our tap room is generally in the top 5 in the state as far as volume of beer that goes out. And I would say we're easily, if you take out Budweiser, Yuengling, the big guys, we're probably in the top 5 in overall production of beer in the state.
Wow.
Maybe in the top 3. We produce a lot of beer.
How many employees do you have now?
27.
All here.
Yeah.
Do you employ the drivers too, or is that like a third-party company you hired?
That's by state law, we have to have a third-party distributor.
Okay. And so how many beers are on the menu inside?
25.
25. And what's the most popular? I know I should know this, but what is the most popular beer?
Here or out in the field?
Yeah, around Southwest Florida.
High Five is hands down by far the most popular. It is probably about 90% of our output is High Five.
Yeah.
I will say Boat Story and our Mosaic Grouper are both really doing really well. When we opened, our Gateway Blonde was our most popular. And that's a very approachable
that's what you have.
gateway to craft beer. And so we're proud that we've changed some palates over the years. And Gateway Blonde is still very popular, but the High Five and the Mosaic Grouper and the Boat Story have
Who
become
designs the cans? Because the High Five is super funny, super cute, but the Mosaic Grouper, that is like over the top.
We have an incredible person on staff, Teresa, and she does she does all of our marketing, social media, all of that. But she also is a graphic designer, and she does an incredible job with the labels. We let her. She hand drew that shirt.
The tanks and everything. This is all hand drawn by her.
All of the Mosaic Grouper label is all hand drawn.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And we do it. She also did a Goliath Grouper, which is the big brother to Mosaic Grouper. So it has a Goliath Grouper in there and the fishing hook that's hooked through a keg, and he's about to eat it.
Oh my God.
Keg. So it's pretty awesome.
She got that idea. She worked with our brewing staff, and they came up with the idea to hook it to a keg. So
I feel like they're sitting around drinking the beer and coming up with these great ideas.
Why
Some
not?
of them are right over there. It's cool because it's an entire art form. You've got the art of craft beer, and then you've got the art of the can design.
Yeah.
It really is. And I'm the least artistic person there is. I have a degree in math, but we have all of these great people.
Well, let me introduce you to somebody who has no math skills.
No degree.
So
okay, she says she has a degree in math, but if you ask her to count above 10, she has to take her shoes off. So she has.
So do you always have 25 on the menu? Do you try and figure out, okay, this one's not working anymore, we need to come up with a new one, or you set with 25 and you know they're all going to sell?
So we have some that we always have. Gateway Blonde, High Five.
Boat Story,
FML, like certain ones that we always have. Grouper.
The red
and then we have some that we just rotate through. So we have, I think 5 draft lines that are split multiple. So like Gateway, High Five, Grouper have multiple tap handles because they sell the most. So
okay.
Multiple pours. So, but our back of house staff come up with different recipes and ideas, and they'll brew it on a smaller system and brew smaller batches, and you'll see those rotate through fast. And then if something's a big hit like Mosaic Grouper, then it gets expanded to a larger volume.
Well,
Now
at
we-
all of our special events, we on the Saturday of that large event, we rotate through 50 different flavors of beer,
Wow.
and those change at each event. So our Oktoberfest, actually, we have halfway to Oktoberfest coming up in April. All of those, we have Oktoberfest inspired beers. At our summer festival, we have more summery beers. We have lots of different options that are different at any given time.
And is it just beer? I saw someone drinking something green today, but what else do you have?
We have our own seltzer line.
Yes, you do.
It's actually been named the best seltzer in the country.
It's good.
Really?
Yeah.
So speaking of that, you guys travel around and
Well, I don't know. Did you finish seltzers? Do you have other stuff?
We have our own seltzer line, and we've turned that into a slushy.
Right.
Oh,
so we
that's
we
okay.
take our seltzer base, which is like 18% ABV, and then we can create mixed cocktails with it, slushies with it, stuff like that.
Is it okay now? Can I
It's
ask
okay
a question?
now.
Thank you. So you travel around the country and you enter into these contests, and you got like 1,000 trophies that you've won.
We have a lot of awards. Yeah.
Do you need to buy a new unit just to put your trophies in, Rob?
We do, yeah. There's a few that are up on the bar right now. The big ones, like best large brewery in the state of Florida, best beer in the state of Florida, stuff like that. We put up our World Beer Cup awards, GABF, which is the largest beer competition in, I guess, the world or the U.S. Really hard. We've got gold, silver, and bronze from them. Our chocolate stout is, we believe, the most award-winning beer in the state of Florida.
Chocolate stout beer.
Correct.
I don't think that would be up your alley.
No, probably not. But
It tastes
It's
like a liquid Hershey bar.
It's really good in a cake.
There you go. Is that going to be your next venture? Yeah, like a bakery and a brewery.
so
No, you don't want me to do that.
when you're starting to brew a new beer, and are you the taster? Like you're thinking, okay, this isn't working right. I mean,
I used to be, but
how do you
Not
know?
anymore.
How do you know?
I mean, with enough practice and experience, you know what different grains and different hops are going
I
to do
see.
to a beer. So you design a beer, you come up with an idea, what you want it to taste like, what you want it to look like, what you want the mouthfeel to be, and you know what grains to add. So generally, when you're this far into the game, you can predict like if the beer is going to come out the way you want it.
Okay.
And then it might just be fine tuning the hops or the amount of hops or stuff like that.
And you guys had Gateway is just crazy, like growing leaps and bounds. And I know you saw they knocked down that Gardner building. They're putting in like 4 or 5 new apartment buildings over there. And so what were you did have plans to like make this like a gigantic park. Is that still in the works?
It's not in the works.
Oh.
No. So we straight in front of us over there that we bought that field.
Yeah.
It's 23 acres. We had plans pre-COVID to build a 7-acre brewery basically with a music venue. And then COVID happened, and then Hurricane Ian happened, and prices are just astronomical
To build.
It just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Hurricane Ian, a lot of people who come out to our tap room, they think of us as a Gateway-based business, and we are obviously based in Gateway, so they assume that we were fine through the
Right,
hurricane,
right.
and our facility was fine.
But all the people you distribute to, yeah.
correct. We
There were half of them were gone. Some of them, well, all the ones on
Yeah.
the beach were gone.
Yeah.
correct.
We
have the distinction, our distributor, JJ Taylor. We are the only supplier that had product at every single location that they distributed to that was lost.
Ugh.
30% of our distribution was lost over.
Oh, wow. Gee. So
How much has come back now?
That's
Not
hard
30.
to say.
Yeah.
Not 30.
No, not
No.
30.
So what are you going to do with the land? It's very valuable. The land is still obviously that never goes down in value.
We'll see.
I mean, they could probably build houses on it, right? I mean, they're building houses everywhere out
I
here.
think we would make people mad if they built houses over.
Yeah, really. I mean, okay, well, something will turn up, right? Or something
You were
will come
talking
up.
about the events that you do. So run through.
Yeah.
You said there's 4 big events.
There's 4. Yep. So we have our anniversary party at the end of February. We do a summer festival in June. Oktoberfest is always big, and that's in
That
October.
makes sense.
And then we do a winter fest in December.
And we're here with Guardians
far.
of Florida Pet Rescue, but you're also a member of the Humane Society board. So how's that going?
So I was a member from 2020 until just this past month. I stepped down from the board, but yeah, we love animals here. We love pets. And we think that we should do everything we can to.
We're big fans
help
of
our
well-behaved pets.
pets.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, that's a good thing because this place is the most pet-friendly
There's
place.
like 50 dogs here right
Yes.
now.
Right.
Everybody brings their dog. Are they all well behaved, or have you had?
There's been a couple here and
yeah.
there.
There's been
but
probably one of ours.
Not bad when there's
we,
yeah.
we'll generally, if
Oh,
a
my
pet's getting out
goodness.
of control,
Yeah,
we'll
we're
say
about
something.
to show off a bunch of these
Yeah.
dogs that are here for adoption. Guardians
Do you
of.
do
Go
they
ahead.
do the race? Do you do the?
So we haven't done the beer mile in a while.
What?
It got so big, it was interfering with our neighbors in the parking
Okay.
lot.
Okay.
Because
We-
a lot of these guys work during.
Maybe
during
you
the
could
weekends.
do that in the property you have over there.
That was part of the plan.
See?
The property was going to, it was going to have a little trail that was
Like a track
perfect
around
mile.
A beer
It's a-
track.
A beer
It's a fun
track.
event. People love it. I mean,
We
We
won
loved
it one year.
You-
you did. Okay.
Yeah, because we had a ringer from Gateway who
did,
was a
yeah.
really fast runner.
Yeah, so the rest of us could be slugs, and then he made it up.
You guys did the relay, right?
Yes,
I
we
remember
did,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was tons of fun for anybody watching. They did a beer mile relay. Were there some people that ran the whole mile?
Yes.
And that was 4 beers. You had
Yes,
one-
run a lap, where you chug a beer, you run a lap, chug a beer, run a lap, chug a beer, run a lap.
And
So
it was a quarter mile track
it's a quarter
around the
mile
building.
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
you return the beer, which means if it comes back
Yeah.
up, you're disqualified.
Oh, I didn't know that was part of the deal. But
Correct.
and you purposely made them warm that day. I do remember
No,
that.
it's just hard to pour that many beers that fast.
And it
without
was a hot
getting warm.
day.
We never purposely make them warm.
No, these are very cold today. So, any other events coming up that you want people to know about? I know this St. Patrick's Day. What's going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day, always a big day. We'll have some green slushies, watermelon seltzer that's also green, and of course, lots of beers, including an Irish red ale that was made specifically for St. Patrick's Day. And then we have Halfway to Oktoberfest coming up in April, National High Five Day, which
Wow.
we didn't make up, but there's a nonprofit that has started this National High Five Day, and so we donate to that nonprofit every single year.
So, did they make that up based on your beer?
No,
Okay,
No,
I
different.
think it was actually.
Well, oh, it works out perfectly though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I have to tell there was now I can't remember who it was. Oh, I know it was someone who works for us. Her daughter was new bartending and someone asked for a high five. She's very young and she's like, "Okay, sir."
happens all the
He was
time.
like-
Happens all the time.
He was like, "No, not exactly what I wanted." So, yeah.
Did we get through your list there, Rob? You got other?
Her list.
Oh, sorry. I want to
Trying
make
keep
sure
from
that.
going away.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys letting us bring the dogs down and all that, and,
Yeah.
and having a day down here. It's a beautiful day, other than the wind. But
I think the wind is great.
I
Yeah.
think it's great as well. Otherwise, it'd be a little warm.
yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Anything
yeah,
else?
we appreciate you guys coming.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And last time we were here, I can't remember if it was before Ian.
I think
Last
it was.
time we did a show was.
I think
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
with
Yeah.
captains.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
We're
That's
having Captain Chris Whitman on our show next Saturday at Margaritaville on the beach. So yeah, things are.
Give
flying by.
everybody who might not know the hours and the location.
Yes, please.
So we're open 7 days a week. We have food trucks on site 7 days a week. Live entertainment, usually 6 days a week. Sometimes on Monday as well. Monday we're open right now noon till 8. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday noon till 10. Friday noon till 11. Friday, Saturday noon till 11, and then Sunday noon till 8. Once we get through spring training, we switch back to a 2:00 opening during the week.
Do you get more business from spring training?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, people will come pregame here and then come after the game.
Very cool.
Nice.
All righty. Well, thank you guys for allowing us to
Thank
come down and bring the
you.
dogs. This
Coming
is Jen and Rob White here at Fort Myers Brewery, and we're about to get ready for some of the dogs to come on. So, dear, I don't know if you want to go grab some of the dogs there. Thank you guys very much. And just a few reminders, everyone that's watching from the beach. Our Saturday show is back at Margaritaville at 11 o'clock, and our Sunday show with the mayor is back at 10 o'clock on Sunday. And this Sunday, before the mayor, we have Curtis Ludwig, who is the harbor master on Fort Myers Beach. He's going to come on with us and talk about the canal cleaning and a bunch of other stuff that he's working on. The mooring field, what's going on with the mooring field. And they do a big boating appreciation day. So we might get an update from Curtis on that. But we're about to show off a bunch of these dogs from the Guardians of Florida Pet Rescue. And I don't know who's going to be the speaker in charge here, but ladies and gentlemen, all of these dogs are up for adoption here today, and also on your website and at your location, which is just off Daniels, down by 6 Mile.
South Trail Fire Station.
Yeah.
The South Trail Fire Station. You make a turn back there. My, that looks just like our dog Callie. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about the dogs? What you
Okay.
got? Who you have here?
This is Nelson, but I call him Willie Nelson.
Nelson. Okay.
He's 9 months old.
9 months.
Yeah, I think he's a pug mix.
Okay. Now, any history or details on?
From what I understand, he came out of a hoarding backyard breeding situation of 18 others just like him.
Geez, 18 other dogs.
Yeah.
And did that person go to jail?
I don't know.
I hope that
I
person
hope
was
so.
18. Was it a local, or I know sometimes you're
Out of Bonita.
out of Benito. Okay. And so you got Willie Nelson out of the 18 here.
Yep, this is
All
my foster dog.
Okay,
So
you're
he's-
fostering.
Yep, fostering. So just to kind of so he doesn't get skittish anymore.
Yep.
He's
Get nice and
absolutely-
close.
Oh, sorry, he's
Nope.
sweet.
Yes, very, very quiet and
Yeah.
well behaved there.
Yeah.
And oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Loves other dogs.
Yes.
Gets along with cats.
And so this is a male dog that is up for adoption. And what is the adoption process that you guys know? I want to
Yes.
make, okay.
So you go on gofar.dog and there is an adoption application and you just fill that out. And then they will call you and set up an appointment to come do a meet and greet with the dog.
Now you're a volunteer.
I'm a volunteer.
So you're fostering. How long have you had Nelson?
So Nelson, I've had probably about 3 weeks, but
Okay.
I've fostered other dogs and I volunteer a couple days a week walking dogs and I volunteer on our fundraising committee.
Now, when you foster a dog, obviously the goal is for you to take care of the dog until the dog's adopted. How do you
Correct.
give the dog back?
Well, I have 3 foster fails.
What does that mean?
I kept them.
I say foster fails is when you keep the dogs. I didn't catch on to that. So you can't always give them back.
No,
So you have 3 now.
I have 3. Well,
Is there-
I have 6 of my own.
You have 6 dogs
So yeah, 3
total.
that came from Gofar.
You see,
Yes.
that's not really how the process is supposed to work, is it? You're supposed to hold on to the dog and let somebody else adopt it.
Correct.
And for those of you that are watching on the beach, our dog Honey is here, who we've raised a ton of money for, that had a bunch of operations, and she looks fabulous.
She does.
Her feet look funky, but she does look fabulous. So who do we have here? Why don't you step up to the microphone and tell us if we can? I don't know if we can get
Alrighty.
that. Got to get him on camera or somehow get around
Yeah,
here.
we'll see. This
Come
is
on.
Nate, and we'll see.
Nate
if
is
he
a little
wants to
more
come up on the stool.
rambunctious. Yeah, there we go.
And I'll pick him up.
There we go.
Alrighty.
Nate is
And
also up for adoption.
Nate is a 5-month-old, mostly black lab, and he
Little mix in
was
there, right? Not a natural lab, but
from Miami-Dade when he was very young.
yes.
And
Oh, there you go, Nate.
was sick a little bit, so Guardians of Florida pulled him out and got him healthy again.
Yeah.
And he is a super friendly, super
sure.
happy-go-lucky dog. He wants to be friendly with everybody. Doesn't matter if you're a person or another dog. He just wants to be everybody's friend.
Now, Nate was picked up, you said, from Miami, and one of the things that Guardians does, if it doesn't matter how sick the dog is, they take the dogs in and try and get them healed back to good health. And it looks like that Nate's in great shape right here.
He's in excellent shape.
Yeah.
That's one thing. You see dogs sometimes that are in such bad shape, you have to wonder how they'll make it. But the Guardians really stands behind these dogs and does everything they can to get them back healthy again and happy. And they have done that with so many dogs and been so successful and finding then good homes for them.
And
too.
how
So,
long have you been volunteering?
it's about 3 years. Shortly after they opened, I found out that they were there,
Yeah.
just very close to where I live. So
And they can always use more volunteers to come down and help clean
Absolutely.
the kennels and help clean wash the dogs and bring supplies down. Is there any specific supply or things that you're always looking for down there that can always use more of? Towels, pee pads,
Bedding, like any sort of
blankets,
dog beds.
dog beds. Yeah, because you'd want the dogs to have beds in the cages, right? They're not really cages; they're big pens, right? How many pens are at?
72.
Nice, 72.
I think it's 72.
Do we know how many dogs that we have down there right now? Oh, wow. Between 160 and 200.
Yeah.
So you got some doubling up.
Now, that's also a lot of dogs that are in foster care that are staying with people.
Right. Have you ever fostered a dog?
I have, and the story about that, when I was volunteering there, I was walking this dog. It was a German Shepherd, and I asked to foster it, and I did. And we had her for a little bit, and somebody came and adopted her.
Yeah. You can't do it, right? It's hard to part with them.
We cried for 3 days. We were so upset and thought, how stupid were we that we didn't keep this dog?
Yeah. I hear you. It's
so,
tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
we just really fell in love with that dog, and it was really hard as a foster to see it go, even though we knew it.
So you're not going to foster anymore because it'd be impossible for you to lose another dog.
We did do it again, and then we kept that dog.
I see.
So.
Another fail, a foster
Yeah.
fail. I love that.
Yeah.
So Nate is up for adoption, and Nelson is up for adoption, and they're here at the Fort Myers Brewery. If you're anywhere in the area and you want to stop by, this place is very dog friendly. And you have to find one with a green bandana on it because the regular dogs that are owned by other people are not up for adoption. All right, you guys, thank you. We got another one here. If you want to tell us about who this is. And
So I have Coco. She was an owner surrender
okay.
who apparently didn't like people or other dogs, according to her previous owner.
Wait, the owner didn't like people or dogs?
Apparently, Coco didn't.
Oh,
However,
wow.
you can see
It seems
Coco
like Coco
is
loves people.
loving people, loving dogs. So I think she just needs the right
is
person.
it hard? Do you know what kind of breed this is here?
Some Doberman in her
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Big long nose there.
Yeah. But
All right.
she's a beauty, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
do we know how old she is?
I think between 1 and 2. She's
All right.
still young.
All right, so Coco is here also.
Mhm.
Marcia wants to know if you need sheets.
Yeah.
Okay, so
For
yes,
sure.
sheets and towels and dog beds and what else did you say? Pee
Um,
pads.
Pee pads. Yeah.
And
Anything we can put in the kennels.
So people can. How do they get them to you?
They can drop them off.
And
Yeah.
what's
drop
the
'em off.
address again?
Sophomore Lane.
Okay.
931 Sophomore Lane.
You turn down Sophomore Lane, which is right by the
South Trail Fire
South
Station.
Trail Fire Station on Daniels.
Now, also, if you go on the website, they have an Amazon. If you go on the GoFar website, www.gofar.dog, you can look, and they do have a needs list, like an Amazon
So it'll
list,
ship right to you.
or Chewy.com, and different stuff that you can check off of constant needs, different cleaning supplies, towels, blankets,
Cool.
all those things that we had mentioned before.
So if you're watching on Facebook and you can type that website address and it's www.gofar, and that's just the way it sounds, GOFAR.dog. And you can go on that website and there'll be an Amazon wish list that you can help out with. And you guys that are watching, you know, you raised a ton of money for Honey when she was, she is here and she looks fabulous. I don't know. I think she's kind of got to be like the grand finale. She's got to be the last dog we take a look at. Well, we're gonna have Honey last. We got another one lined up here, so you guys are doing a great job filling us in. I lost my wife somewhere. She's probably slugging beers down. I saw her drinking out of a funnel earlier. Did you see that? Oh no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, who do we have here? We need a microphone for you. There we go.
This is Swan. She is
Swan.
2 years old.
Can you come up?
She came
Come
in
on
with
up.
her sister. You want to get up, Swan?
Come on.
Come on. Come on. You can do it. She is super sweet.
Yep.
She is friendly. She walks well on her leash. She doesn't mind other dogs. I've never seen her around a cat.
What's the history for Swan?
She came in with her sister, Dove, who was adopted. And
Swan and Dove. Now, are those names that were original, or did you change them to Swan and Dove?
That's a question for Sherry.
I
I'm not
got you.
exactly
All right.
sure.
I didn't mean to throw you for a loop there.
Yeah, but she is great when you take her for walks. She just likes to sit down and get love. She is a gem.
What kind of mix you think she is?
I would say she's probably a Dalmatian,
Mhm.
maybe a Lab, maybe some kind of pit terrier or something.
Yeah,
I'm not
she's got
really
everything
sure.
in her there.
Yeah, but she is great.
And more pictures of all the dogs are on the GoFar website and the whole process on how you can adopt. And so Swan or Dove?
Swan.
Now what happened to Dove? Did Dove get adopted?
Dove got adopted.
Very nice.
Yes.
And the goal here is to get these get these dogs into a forever home so that they're happy. And you guys are taking great care of them down at the location. But, you want to get them out of those kennels as quickly as you can, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go right ahead. Go ahead.
Fundraiser?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, we're having an upcoming fundraiser on March 29th.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Okay.
So they can see you.
Haha. All right. It's being held at Scotland, which is off the highway near the airport.
Scotland?
Scotland, yeah.
What is Scotland?
It's I think a trucking company, but they donated their space for us.
Okay.
And it's going to be 5 to 9 on March 29th, and it's casino night.
All right. That's what I saw. I did see the flyer
Yeah.
for that. So do you know exactly where?
Yep, March 29th.
No, where? Do you know exactly where?
Scotland, it's I want to say Gulf Coast something drive. I'd have to look it up, but and you can see it right off the highway.
Okay, you can see it right off the highway on Daniels-ish.
So if you're on 75 and you look to the right, you can see
coming
it.
on off Daniels.
Yeah, coming.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yep, it's by the airport.
I'm sorry. Alico, not
Alico,
Daniels.
yes,
Okay,
correct.
gotcha.
Correct. But for
Okay.
a $50 entry ticket, we're having a full Italian buffet, and you get a drink ticket.
Wow.
And you're going to purchase your funny money and gambling, and we have a ton of prizes to win with your gambling winnings, and we have a ton of silent auction items.
And will the dogs be there?
Not for this,
Okay,
but we'll
gotcha.
have a video of them on the screen.
And will you be doing any other fundraisers that you know about? That
Come next year in February, we're going to have a gala.
Oh wow!
And we're going to have it at St. Cecilia's church. They donated their facility for us to use, and that is off of McGregor.
You're not giving that dog back. I have a feeling that you're keeping Nelson.
I have 6.
When you get to 6, what does it matter if you have 7?
But I'm not the problem. My husband is.
Oh,
He keeps them all.
I get it. I totally get it. That's why I have a hard time going to like your place, because you just want to take them all home. It's just crazy that, I don't mean this in a negative way, but you don't want the dogs to be there for too long. You're
No,
trying to take
you
care of
wanna
them,
take
get them
them
to a house where they're,
Yes.
roaming about in the backyard and all that. So,
Absolutely.
all right. So, well, I don't know how many more you got, but I saw my wife had a puppy that I know she wants to show off. So if we could grab her with the puppy, she's roaming around. Oh, there she is again, drinking out of a funnel. She just can't stop herself. We got to get Donna. Where's Kim with the puppy? We got to get the puppy, and then we got to show Honey off one more time. Did Diane ever make it today? Okay, you guys are all in charge. That's all right. All right. Is there any other dogs that you want to show off that you want to make sure we have on camera? All right. Yeah, they're going to get a couple other ones. We're at the Fort Myers Brewery, everybody, and we're here with the Guardians Florida Pet Rescue. The second time we're doing a show for the Guardians. The first one was down by the beach, and here we go. Here she comes with this. Yeah. That dog is tiny and looks like the dog is scared.
I'm good at selling puppies.
Did we get one adopted yet, or you're not selling them? They're up for adoption.
I know, but you gotta pay
Here,
for the adoption.
how old is that puppy?
It's a puppy. There's this little girl, and then I think she's got some brothers. It's a Chihuahua and Boston Terrier mix. There's a lot of people that were interested.
A Chihuahua and Boston Terrier mix. Is it a male or a female?
This is a little girl.
Yeah.
We're partial.
Yeah. How old is this one?
I'm going to say 12 weeks.
12 weeks. Yeah. Totally frightened.
Ready to go.
She looks, but she is ready to go.
No, she's not frightened.
She
you want to
looks
hold her?
No, I don't want to hold any dogs today. I don't want to hold.
She's got
Here
little
comes
prayer
here comes
hands.
a few more. All right. Come on down. All right.
Wow.
They bring the big guy. They bring the big guy for the big dogs. All right. Who's going to do the explaining? Yes. Just show. Who do we have here?
All right, this
Oh,
is
wow.
Coolada. She's 10 months old. She's been at the shelter since she was a baby. She came in with her mama and her other sibling. They were abandoned in the Redlands in Miami. But GoFar has provided a home for her since then, and she's still looking for her forever home. She's so
You
sweet.
look so sweet. Yes, you
just
do.
melts. She's one of those melty dogs that just, you go to pet her and she just falls right into your arms. So you know that she is well mannered and just a wonderful, wonderful dog.
You're a good seller of dogs.
She's
yes.
like, I do not
She's
like
got
this
lots
noise.
of energy. Lots of energy.
Whoa,
Whoa!
careful,
Good
careful.
catch. Good catch. Lots of energy.
Yes.
How old did you say?
She's 10 months.
10? Oh,
yeah,
only 10
around,
months.
Yeah, around 10 months
Oh,
old.
okay.
Yeah.
All righty. And is this the we already?
The same person.
Okay.
I have Coco. We're trying to get a couple others.
All
to
right,
come
well,
over.
bring them on down, and here is the information on casino night, everybody. If you're interested, it's March 29th from 5 to 9. It's I'm going to post this flyer on our website, our Facebook page. It is a night of winning for Go Far, and it's let's see, I'm trying to see where 9597 Gulf Research Lane in Fort Myers. $50 a ticket, and it gets you a nice dinner that the folks are talking about. It's an Italian buffet meal, and you get a one cocktail. So the people on the beach should really like that. You get a free drink with $50, and it's all to raise money for the Guardians of Florida Pet Rescue. And we have lots of dogs here today. We're broadcasting live from the Fort Myers Brewery in Gateway, and here's our tripod dog. What's the dog's name again? Luna has 3 legs. And Luna is now. Do you know the story about what happened to Luna's leg?
The story, as I understand it, and Luna is about 5 years old.
5 years old.
She was adopted as a puppy out of Miami-Dade. She was abandoned at some point, about right before Christmas, I believe, and was brought back to Miami-Dade with a broken leg. And they had to amputate her leg. It does not slow her down in the least. She's got a lot of energy, and she's very strong. She's a great dog. She's very sweet. She does know some of her basic commands, and she's doing real well.
Now, do you know what kind of breed the dog?
No, we do.
Yeah.
I don't specifically. I don't think so. She's got that beautiful brindle coat.
Yes,
but
for
I'm
sure.
not sure where it's coming from.
And dogs are resilient when they lose a leg. They figure out how they can walk on 3 legs and run on 3 legs.
Yes.
And I wish we could get her. Luna, can you come over
baby.
this way? Oh, come on up.
Can you go
Can you
up?
come on up?
Up.
Oh.
No.
And you said 5 years old. And did they ever figure out how she broke her leg, or
No,
she was
they think
just?
she was hit by a car.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
yes,
they think
yes.
she was hit by a car, probably either right before or after she was abandoned.
And you're fostering her?
No, I am a volunteer for the
Okay.
rescue.
Gotcha.
And she's been my
You go in every
handling
time you
dog.
go in to see her. You go in to see Luna to
always,
make sure you see her.
always. She's a good dog.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart.
All right.
She needs to learn a little more, but
Sure.
she's a great dog.
And Luna is
Very
up for
sweet.
adoption, and a very special dog. And now she's taking a break because she's had it's a little hot out here today.
It
but
is a little hot.
yes, and she just looks like she's happy as can be.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, thank
Very,
you.
very good dog.
And you can probably see more pictures of Luna on the Go For Our website, or you can stop by if you plan to
Yeah,
volunteer.
absolutely.
The location is just off Daniels behind the South Trail Fire Department. Thank you so much for showing off Luna. And Donna, do we see where the wife is? We need to see Honey one last time. You can go on the Go Far website, everybody, and see all these dogs that are up for adoption, or you come by the Fort Myers Brewery. As you can hear, there's live entertainment going on in the background. They have food trucks here, and it's a great place to be if you want to get out of the traffic and come out in Gateway, in the industrial park out here in Gateway. And there goes Luna, hopping off into the sunset. Very nice. All right, we're going to see if we can show off Honey. She's probably the belle of the ball over there. And then we're going to sign off for today. Again, we're at the Fort Myers Brewery. I don't know who the live entertainment is, but, they have 20. I think they said they had 25 craft beers on tap. You've all heard of the Fort Myers Brewery. And they have award-winning beer, including the High Five. This is where it all came from, right here at the Fort Myers Brewery. and I'm totally left here on my own. Everybody has abandoned me. They didn't even leave me with a dog. But I do want to show Honey. All of her bandages are off. Can you guys bring Honey over? Hello? All the dogs are spread out everywhere. There's probably 50 to 75 dogs here between the dogs that are up for adoption and all the dogs that are owned by the folks that come out here to relax and have a beer. And apparently, here comes we got the mother-in-law working. She's trying to track down the wife. We got to show off Honey one more time. Congratulations to everybody at the Fort Myers Beach Library. We got to bring Honey over. We need Honey, dear. All right, she's got another puppy. Stay tuned, everybody. She's got another puppy. We had a nice celebration at the. I'm sorry. I'm not going home with the puppy. We already have two. That's why I'm not. Oh my gosh, what in the world?
This is one of the other ones. 10 weeks old.
Jeez, 10 weeks. It's tiny.
10 weeks old, Chihuahua and Boston mix. And here is Honey, the most famous dog at Go Far right now.
Her feet are all flappy, but she has no bandages on or anything. We got to, dear, show off what you got here before we get Honey on here to wrap up the show. And this is 10 weeks old, male or female?
This is a female.
Female, up for adoption. Did they tell you what the story was? Like how they wound up with these puppies? No, you don't know the story? We are not taking that puppy home. Oh, watch your feet there. Watch your step. Watch your step there. Watch your step. You're stepping right in it. Oh, she doesn't want to go back that way. Honey. All right, everybody. You need to see before we sign off. Come over this way. You got to see that she's got all of her bandages off. I think she might need to go to the bathroom or something. Honey, how are you doing? Yes. Can you pick her up and show the camera that all of her bandages are off and she looks great? There she is, everybody. That's the dog that you, I'm afraid it's like holding a baby. That's the dog that you raised all that money for, and she's got all of her bandages off. Her feet it's almost like she has arthritis in her feet, but if that's all it looks like, that's fine. Wait, is she ready for adoption yet? Do you know? Oh, okay. Last time we talked to Diane, she was not ready for adoption. How you feeling?
I'm
okay.
Really good, Ed. I'm ready to go to my house.
She looks great, and there was a lot of hard work put into saving that dog right there. If you don't know the history of Honey, she was shot with a shotgun, and she had all buckshot, and some dumbass fired a shotgun at her, and she's doing great now. And oh boy, this dog is attached to me. There you go.
Take it home?
I am not taking this puppy home because then it would be a complete foster fail. All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in and sticking with us today. It's been a long weekend. 2 shows today and also on Saturday, the big parade. And next weekend, things get back to normal on Fort Myers Beach with our Saturday show at Margaritaville. And we will be interviewing Chris Whitman from the Captains for Clean Water. And then on Sunday, the mayor's back. We do have Karen Woodson coming on next Sunday. And then we'll see how we rotate things around on the Sunday show. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for taking pictures with us over the weekend and handing us coffee money. I was coming out of the bathroom the other day at the CVS, and somebody handed me a $50 bill. That was very nice. I know that sounded weird, but it wasn't weird at all when it happened. And the whole, I'm going to leave that part out. Thank you all. We'll see you. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye-bye.